What is up, my little Danos? Vepsisi, your coach of the Helsinki Atregas, and we are for the PPL Season 2 Week 7 battle when I go up against El Caesar. And it's been a minute that I got to play him. I think the last time I got to play him was actually in the end of Generation 8 when I managed to beat him with a nasty Blood Hydreigon in the Champions of Galar Season 2 in a regular season, which at the time I couldn't believe it at how well this set worked, but it did. And this week I have to just hope that I can do this. Well, I don't have anything similar to setup suit necessarily on my team, but I hope it goes well for us. We are sitting at 3-3 and we really need to squeeze out ideally 2 wins out of my last 2 games, but at least 1 in order to make playoffs. And we can go through his roster. You can see it on your screen right about now. When it comes to his Terra captains, he had Porygon with Terra, Normal, Electric and Fairy. Porygon 2 that is, and then he also has Houndstorm with Terra, Fairy, Ghost and Fighting. And going into this matchup, at first glance I thought I had a pretty decent matchup in first glance, but as I more looked into a matchup, I definitely can see ways that Lost can attempt to really put a lot of pressure on me in different ways, either defensively or offensively wise. So it's not gonna be easy by any means, even if this feels a little bit quote-unquote easier matchup on paper than, for example, last week was versus Addison. But let's go through the team very briefly, and then we get to the battle. We have Lifehold, Iron Valiant, Mixed Attacker, with Dual Stab being Close Combat and Moonblast. Coverage-wise, we are running Thunderbolt for the Vaporeon, particularly, and then we have Liquidation. If the Galaweezing comes, it should take a lot still from a Thunderbolt for my life for Valiant, so I'm not too concerned about that aspect. But other than that, I want to be able to 2-hit KO things like a Vaporeon, and I can hopefully surprise Lars on Volcarona with a Liquidation if he comes as a potential natural check to Valiant, because naturally it does resist the dual stab that I carry on Iron Valiant being Fairy and Fighting, of course. And then we have a booster under C speed, Iron Threats with Earthquake, Heavy Slam, Knockoff and Endeavor. Endeavor is there as a pinch last ditch effort move with my low amount of health to bring something down with me to low amount of health, so Iron Valiant can revenge kill them. Let's say it's a Vaporeon or it's a Porygon, Terra Fairy that for at the time I couldn't do as much damage with Heavy Slam. Like there are different things, or like bulky Volcarona, maybe I need to Endeavor down instead of Earthquaking it. So there are some cases that Endeavor comes in handy. It's nice to have speed control over some things. I can outpace a +2 Tyranitar if it's a Dragon Dance set. I can outpace a Adamant Houndstone Undersand if it's a Sandrush set. So situations like that, it's nice to have speed control, and of course Latios as well and Halucha until they are boosted in any way in speed. And then we have a fully physically defensive Gliscor with a Earthquake, Dual Wing beat, Sword Dance and Protect. This is here to beat the Halucha, ideally 1v1, because it's actually quite scary, which I guess is no surprise. Halucha can be like always sneakily scary, even though you think you have a good matchup versus it. There's always ways that it can surprise you, and I have seen him using like a bulk up Rouge set versus a team with a Corviknight on it, so I'm worried about he might do something similar versus me, hence why we are running a Sword Dance on this Gliscor, so I can actually attempt to bypass it and beat it 1v1, instead of being a setup fodder to it. Then we have Roto Wasp, which is a ability shield, and a very cheesy set, of course, that I have to admit that we are running both Discharge and Thunder Wave in one set, and then we have Hydro Pump and Pain Split. Ability Shield is pretty cool, because now I am a full-on natural check to Extra Drill, because with the Ability Shield I will be protected from Mold Breaker, Earthquakes to be a super effective hit versus me. He cannot hit me with a ground move as long as I have the item intact, so mainly what I have to worry about is that I don't get knocked off by something like a Tyranitar, for example. That is one of his very few knockoff users on the team, or getting tricked by other things. And then we are going into the work from there. We have a little bit of special attack off the chance he gets surprised by the ability shield with the extra chill, so I should have a good chance to kill it if it's a offensive spread with Hydro Pump. Other than that, we are just physically defensive, and Discharge and Thunder Wave are there to discourage Latios to swap into me. I could have had Volt Switch to pivot, but I like to have this shot so I can actually stay in the field and attempt to beat a Vaporeon 1v1. Because if I had like Volt Switch over these shots, I noticed I would have a very annoying time to Volt Switch into something while Vaporeon is in front of me, potentially clicking Scald or whatnot. So instead of being a pivoting set, this is mostly just being in the field, paralyze and slow down things, and make sure this thing can help me dealing with the Exo or Vaporeon 1v1. Then we have once again Colosso coming as our Terra Captain. It's kind of funny, once I picked up Colosso, it seems to have really good matchups. It's almost like I had a foresight into this when I picked up Colosso for the remaining of the regular season, how well it's been able to match up or being useful at small situations. And for me this week it's gonna be a natural fairy type to help me dealing with the Latios along with my Alola Mach, cause Latios with access to Soul Dew as an item and a Luster Purge being boosted, it can be pretty scary Pokemon to deal with. So I wanted to have a natural fairy type. Also with the Flash Fire, I am a natural check to Volcarona, and therefore, as long as I have this thing high enough health, I can deal with that 1v1. We have Terra Blast Fairy, which turns into a physical move, while us running Careful Nature. We have Rock Tomb, we have Rapid Spin for removing hazards, particularly just in case if Brambugas shows up with spikes, I want to be able to have a ways to get rid of them, and then I have spikes of my own. I don't have Stealth Rocks on the team this week, but I feel like out of the hazards that I will mostly need, it's gonna be racking up spikes with this guy, so that the Iron Valiant has easier time to start bypassing the fatter stuff on Lars's team. And then the final member of the team will have a move on it that I need to explain. Why do I think objectively this will be my best move to run this week? You see the third move on my Alola Mach, so let's just talk about it right away. Because the dual stabs are obvious, we are Resto Chesto, but why the fuck are we Scary Face on this guy? So the idea with having a Scary Face on Alola Mach is that I don't want to be a setup fodder for Hawlucha. Now, Hawlucha preferably, and I would like to think it doesn't substitute in front of Alola Mach. Cause Poison Jab can break a substitute, even if it's max HP, it needs a bulk up at very least to start making sure that I don't break this substitute. Now, while it's gonna be clicking Sword Dance or bulk up in front of my Alola Mach, and I don't really have anything to outpace it per se, I wanna have a move that I can click that ensures that my Iron Valiant can always revenge skill it. Hence why we have then Scary Face. Because with Scary Face, we can lower its speed by 2 stages, and therefore basically nullifying the Unburden effect by lowering its speed. And then, even if it's a bulk up set, I have a Life Orb Moonblast coming to its way, and I can revenge it always with Iron Valiant. Off the chance that's the best case scenario that I want to deal with it. I of course did mention that I also have Gliscor deal with it, but it's not a full-on check to it if Hawlucha gets the setup faster than I do, and it's ahead of me in that regard. So that's why I kind of have to make sure that we have Scary Face here, we have Rock Tomb here for speed control, we have Thunder Wave and Discharge here, we have a Heavy Slam and Endeavor on this guy, and of course Moonblast is gonna just obliterate it if Hawlucha tries to set up on Valiant. So pretty heavily focused on making sure that we don't lose to Hawlucha. Now it would be very ironic that I still do, but hopefully I will not lose to at least that Pokemon today. And yeah, let's go see how this battle goes now. Alright, here we are with the battle versus Lars, aka El Scissor, and let's see how this goes. This is gonna be very important game for each of us, because I'm pretty sure both of us are sitting at 3-3. And the top 10 teams makes the playoffs, and 4 wins is probably gonna be at least required to make it. But we do have one more game after this for each of us in last week to try to give ourselves still a chance after this game even. So we see Latios, we see Hawlucha, we see Exotrill, that is gonna be more breaker in this, we see Porygon 2, which is gonna be the Terra Captain, if I had to guess Fairy based on the team. Especially because there's no Volcarona as a natural check for my Iron Valiant, and then we see also Electivire. The nice thing about this 6 particular is that it makes me a lot it makes me feel a lot easier who I gonna be leaning with, cause Colossal is here to set up spikes, and it was meant to be Terra Fairy for Latios to terrorize into that typing, giving me a Draco immunity. And it was meant for also for the Volcarona, of course, and now that I don't see it there, it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. The other thing that I'm liking to see is that I don't see a Tyranitar, meaning the only mon that can like knock off my Rotovasis ability shield away is the Electivire, and my Iron Threads doesn't have to use its booster energy to handle a Dragon Dance, Tyranitar, or Sandra's Houndstone. But good luck and have fun to Lars, and let's see how this goes. I would say I'm a little nervous because I know what's in stake when it comes to potentially making the playoffs or not, but I'm sure he feels a little bit that too. Both of us are kind of in a crutch moment in that regard. We see the Vaporeon as the lead, okay, so relatively safe lead from his behalf, which is understandable. But for me, this gives me opportunity to just Terralize and probably just get up a Spike. Or do I want to just hard into Rotom? No, I think just getting up a Spike is nice and just getting my Terralization off. And me follow through the bank, cause even if he Scalp Burns me, I don't worry about it all too much, I guess. Because just getting up a 1 Spike is nice to force the other things to take chip damage. Okay, he's just hard, not swapping, or not staying in with the Vaporeon. He goes into Porygon 2 right away to get an attack boost. So it's a download Porygon. And now he got an attack boost, so I don't know how to feel about this guy. My sequent play would be that I probably want to just go into my Alola Mach. Cause then I can potentially go for a knockoff, remove this thing's Eviolite or anybody else's item. I don't think I want to stay in here, cause it could be like a Charge Beam or some other funky set. So I think Mach is the play here. To go for a knockoff. Mute my phone just in case and I get any kind of message, because it's actually somewhat early in the day. Well, not early in the day, but afternoon. He just goes for the try attack. That did... Can I tell what kind of Porygon this is? Is this defensive or offensive spread? And I was put down to 332 HP. That looked to be a max roll on a defensive set. Offensive set should have done a little bit more. But I'll click knockoff. As he has to withdraw when we saw download and try attack. Trill Bill. As it's not Air Balloon, okay. But it is Mold Breaker. He probably would have to go for a Rapid Spin here. It's Choice Scarf. Oh, it was Choice Scarf. Okay, so it's not a setup variant. Other than like Rapid Spin for speed. He would go for Rapid Spin. I think I still go to my Rotom. I could also go into my Gliscor, but I think Rotom is always the play. Regardless if it's gonna make him think that ability shield or not. Because I'm bringing it in front of Exegil, but maybe he has to think about that. Maybe he I guess my hope is that I hope that he thinks that well, it doesn't matter anymore. He swaps into Fizz, which is the Halucha. Okay. What did Motor Drive do again? It gives a speed boost if he goes into Electivire on this. Interesting. I guess I always discharge this because it's a big threat to me. He might worry about a Will-O-Wisp, which may deter him going to Electivire at first. So I'll just click discharge and see what happens. If he goes to Electivire, my swap in would be the Iron Threads. Or even Colossal, cause Colossal is probably more expendable than Iron Threats is in some ways. He does withdraw. Who does he go into? Shirt Alola. Electivire. Okay. So it's taking a spike. It will get a speed race. If it goes for Trailblaze, then it can outpace my Iron Threats. But I think I wanna always use Iron Threats here still regardless. And if it doesn't go... Okay, it didn't go for Focus Punch at least, that's nice to see. He may go for an Ice Punch to cover the Gliscor. But let's see. He could also be Bulk Up on this. My speeding is high end. He does go for Trailblaze, okay. So I wanna say I live this hit, so I will go for Earthquake. I don't really have a... I don't really even have a choice in the matter, I just have to go for this. Go for the Earthquake and go from there. In a hindsight, I guess I could have Hydro Pumped the Hawlucha right away, but... we are past that part now. If this situation occurs again, I guess I always Hydro Pump first. But... we just go for the Earthquake, and we should always, hopefully, just live a hit. I could Calc it, but I don't think it really necessary matters. Yeah, he has to withdraw. Okay. So it's a Trailblazing Electivire. As the Hawlucha comes in. Okay. I mean, versus this guy, my swap-in always will... in this kind of instance, my swap-in is the... Gliscor that is meant to take this thing 1v1. So we're gonna go into that. Unfortunately, we burn our item for speed, but I have speed control from paralyzing. Okay, he's substitute on it. So it might be sub bulk up, so I'm gonna be going for Sword Dance. Oh, I think definitely it's gonna be bulk up. So we go for Sword Dance here. Oh, he's Sword Dance himself. Okay. Interesting. Which means that he wouldn't have chance to have too much bulk, so the dual Wind Beat will do a lot. So we go for dual Wind Beat. Because the second hit will hit the Hawlucha in itself, as it goes for a second Sword Dance. Okay. This should do a lot to it. As we break the first substitute, and the second one will do a lot. Yeah, he just straight up kills it. Fantastic. Holy shit. I was getting worried that if it lives that hit, but... oh god. Thank you. Thank you, Gliscor, for being strong enough to kill that Hawlucha right out of my hair. Oh my god. That was like the one thing I'm like, okay, that thing can get out of hand. Mato-san, which is the Latios. Based on my team right now and his, I think Colossal's health is more expendable than Alola Maki's, because he has the Porygon 2. Yeah, we go into Colossal here. It can block the Draco Meteor as a potential via Spedef, as it's Dragon Dance. So I'm gonna be Rock Tombing this all the time. Yeah, I have to Rock Tomb it to the point that the... I could have gone for a Thunder Wave from Rotom, and I don't know if it's now the time to do it or not. Let me see. What point of health do I kill this Latios with? Terraplast will do over half to it if it's just offensive spread, and even after that. Yeah, I think I Rock Tomb it. Because I have to worry, I have to be cautious of weakness policy. He goes for Earthquake, doesn't do a whole lot. And I can go for Rock Tomb, and that did like 25%. So he's Earthquake on it. I'll go for second Rock Tomb. I just need to get into the point that it dies to the Terra Blast. And to the point that it's not... I need to keep it in a point that it's not either faster than my Iron Valiant worst case scenario. But Rock Tomb is always the play. Until I know for certain Terra Blast kills it. He does withdraw, so I know that Latios is Dragon Dance and Earthquake. So I need to be very cautious of that set now. He goes to Exotrill. Takes a little bit of spikes. The Rock Tomb will do absolutely 4 to this. It will do absolutely 4 to this. But now that I don't know that that's a Dragon Dance Latios, I know Roto Was is important for it as well, potentially. Frankly, he can be Lumberry. Or Substitute, so I have to know a little bit more about the set still. But I'll just use my Roto Was as a pivot on this. He may go for Rapid Spin. Iron Head. Okay. But I'm gonna Hydro Pump this. He does withdraw. He may be cautious of Ability Shield or Sugar Berry. We see Wake, which is the Vaporeon, okay. I mean, that's still fine, because I can always go for a second Hydro Pump if you're playing around the fact that you want Electivire in. I'll just Hydro Pump again. He may go for a slow Flip Turn as well, and that's probably fine. Okay, he does stay in. What are you planning to do with this? He does Flip Turn, okay. But that's still fine, that's not really meaningful damage. At least right now to me. Mato-san, which is the Latios. So I know it's Dragon Dance. Would it have... It might have Ice Beam for you. Do I just always react and go into Colossal to Rock Tomb it down if it substitutes? I think so. I don't know if you're Lumberry or Substitute, so I think I have... Okay, he doubles out. Into Electivire. No, it's the Exotrill. But he keeps taking spikes. Which is nice. There are other Pokemon that I can still get up spikes versus, so even if he does manage to get rid of this, it's fine. And I gain turn of leftovers, which is nice. I know I'm not letting this Colossal take damage, because this is something that can help me dealing with that Latios set. If he goes for Earthquake, it will not do anything to my Roto Was thanks to my Ability Shield. If he goes for a Rapid Spin, that's okay. And we just Hydro Pump. Because once I get up Spike up again, this Exotrill is dead on the side. He might go for the Earthquake, hoping that I'm just Shuka and not Ability Shield. But we'll see. He does withdraw, so he might be a cautious of the Ability Shield then. Wake, which is the Vaporeon probably, yeah. What are my setup plays if he wants to... I can Pain Split, to be fair. I'll just Pain Split. That covers him swapping in or out, and I get some chip on this. And I get back to full health. Yeah, he just Flip Turns. So I get it a little bit lower, which is nice. And I'm not giving like Electivire a speed boost. Head to which is the Porygon. He does gain a special attack boost, which is not great. But I think my Mach is here to... Yeah, especially because the Latios is a setup variant. Like a Dragon Dance variant and physical, I cannot use Mach for that guy. He goes for the Tri Attack. He does freeze me. So now my only way dealing with you is that my Iron Threats can knock you off. Yeah. Hopefully we just thaw. Okay, we don't thaw. Well, we might still thaw actually. No, we have frozen solid. As he goes for another Tri Attack. I really hope I won't make the playoffs because of that freeze. But let's keep our head cool, shall we? How do we get around this? It really just is Iron Threats to knock this thing off. And then I have Endeavor. That's pretty much it. We knock off any potential item. The extra true dice on the switching Latios will take a shitload from this. Getting rid of Vaporeon's leftovers or hitting Electivire is fine too. Yeah, we go for knockoff, that is massive, so I get rid of Eviolite on you. He goes for Ice Beam, hopefully we just live this to the point that, yeah. Do I live a... I think Endeavor is always my play, but I'm just out of curiosity. Because it's +1 special attack and it's defensive set. I probably should always die to the hit, so I'll just Endeavor. Okay. And now that the Eviolite is gone, I wanna say even if you're max speed def, without holding the Eviolite, I need to make sure that this Valiant kills it, cause I don't want my weak 5 to happen, then I don't check this stuff. I should always kill it, and frankly, I don't think I have an option to go into anything else to recover. I wanna say that's in range of Moonblast. And I'm not clicking close combat, cause this is potentially Terra Fairy. So we just Moonblast here. He does Terralize. We are probably gonna see the Terra Fairy, yup. So we just Moonblast and kill this Porygon. Here comes the Moonblast, and it kills the Porygon. Fantastic, that is huge. That is huge. I did lose my Iron Threats, which is not ideal. But my Valiant is looking pretty nice here, because I have Thunderbolt for Vaporeon. It's not in a range for that yet. He may go for Scald here. So I'll use my Roto-Wasp for now for this. Oh. Okay, didn't have Skull on it. So it has the Fairy move on it instead. The Alluring Voice. I think Pain Split is always fine, because I still gain health from this thing, and I punish Electivire. Yeah, that little chippies on Vaporeon is nice. If he goes to Electivire, I still have Colossal relatively high health to Rock Tomb it down. Do I take my chance to hit this? Yeah, I think I do. Oh, now he withdraws. Is it gonna be Latios? No, it's the Exotrill. But that's still okay, because I can kill you still. Yeah. I'll still Hydro Pump. Off the chance he stays in and tries to damage me, cause I am annoying to him at the moment to deal with. So we have seen Alarming Voice, Flip Turn and Wish. He does go for the Earthquake, fantastic. He didn't realize that I'm Ability Shield anymore. And we go for the Hydro Pump, we land, and this Exotrill is dead. Fantastic. Fantastic. That Wish went into waste then. Yes. Good. Good, good, good. Shirtalola, which is the Electivire. It's always going to Trailblaze here. Yeah. It is always gonna Trailblaze here. My Gliscor can probably live one Ice Punch from this, I wanna say. Because it's Moto Drive 2. Electivire. If it's like Ice Punch, X-Pep Belt. I need to see how much my Gliscor takes from it. It can live 2 hits. If I don't let it Trailblaze, I'll be fine, and I need this thing alive. I think we go into Gliscor on this. Because I'm max Visugi defensive. So we use our Gliscor to deal with this. We are at full health even. Yeah. And Earthquake should kill, especially after that spike damage before. So we go for Earthquake and kill this. Okay, he withdraws. Into Latios then. Marusan, which is the Latios. Yeah. And I'm gonna keep this thing alive, because this is really good for the... This is very good for the Electivire while it's at full health. So I'll just go into Colossal, and I can still Rock Tomb down with it. To keep it like semi-low range, and then Terra Blast should kill it. He does have Ice Beam on it. Okay. So it is Dragon Dance and have Ice Beam on it, so then it should have a stab move, so I don't have to worry about Substitute anymore, I would think. And now, I always Rock Tomb first. As he does withdraw. Goes to the Vaporeon. As we get a little bit of chippies. That did decent damage, to be fair. He probably has to go for a Wish. He probably has to go for a Wish. Do I wanna play this in a way that I get up a Spike here? I think I want to. Because it can help versus this Vaporeon for my Iron Valiant later. If I get a chance to go for like a Moonblast in front of Latios or Electivire or Close Combat. And then follow it up with Thunderbolt. So I think I get up Spike now. As he goes for a Wish. We get up the Spike. So Raideron Iron Valiant can really plow through this Vaporeon a lot easier. Or just allows me to make to the point that he cannot preserve Latios or Electivire anymore. And I'm gaining leftovers back while he's trying to gain himself back on health. I feel like it might not even be Skull. It might be Wish, Protect, Alarming Voice, and Flip Turn. So I could get up another layer Spike. If I really want to. He could also go for a Flip Turn here, or just Alarming Voice. But I think I'll get up a second layer Spike. These spikes are very good right now. He does go for the go into the Electivire. I get up the second layer Spike. If he hard Ice Punches my Klitschko and two-shots it with 2 Ice Punches, do I kill it with close combat? There's a pretty good chance that I will. I could also just stay in now. Get the damage what I need and Rock Tomb this down. So it's never fast enough so that my Iron Valiant can go in from there. I think I Rock Tomb here because I think he might Ice Punch, yeah. May just go for this and get up a Rock Tomb. Because now I know even if he goes for Trailblaze on my Klitschko swap, I know it will be at best, for his own sake, neutral speed. And I can still preserve this for Latios. So now I go to Klitschko. You go into Klitschko here, as he goes for a second Ice Punch, which is fair enough. But if you're -1 speed, how fast are you? 2-1-1. I outpace you here. I don't think I want to necessarily swap and risk a freeze on anybody else. Now it's just a matter of do I value the dual win boss here. I could dual win beat the Latios coming in. Because even if he Trailblazes here, he at best will be neutral speed. And 2 Trailblazes doesn't kill me. So I think I dual win beat here. Yeah. Because now I can hit the Latios with this. If it's the Vaporeon, it wouldn't really matter regardless. So I get to hit Latios a little bit with this. Which is nice, because this can put it in a range of... that should put it already in a range of my Terra Blast. Yeah. That should put it in a range of Terra Blast, and right now I don't think I want to even swap anymore. Because I don't want to risk Colossal getting frozen by Ice Beam on the switching. And giving him chance to Dragon Dance. And the Electivire would beat me already as it is, so I'll just dual win beat again. As he goes for Ice Beam and kills me. Okay. And I wanna say, even if you're Rosary Berry, I still kill you with with my Iron Valiant, so we go into you. And now I get to click buttons here, and Vaporeon should not be able to take 2 hits. Because I have Thunderbolt as well. Unless it's very Spreadsheet, but then I have Close Combat to follow it up. So we Moonblast, and we finish off the Latios. Good. Electivire should die to Close Combat on the switching, and I haven't revealed to be Close Combat yet. He goes into the Vaporeon, which is gonna take a lot of Spikes damage. If it's max speed def, am I better off to click Close Combat? I wanna cover both scenarios. If it's physically defensive, Thunderbolt does over half. Close Combat probably takes it out too, looking at it. And worst case scenario, if it's speed def and I chose to click Thunderbolt, there's a world that it doesn't kill. And then the Electivire is also in the back. So I wanna say Close Combat is the play. Because it should die to this by now, thanks to these spikes. Okay. He goes for the protect. And now, because I haven't revealed Thunderbolt, he definitely would not swap into the Electivire. And now it's over half. If this is physically defensive, Thunderbolt would kill here. And let me see how much Alarming Voice does to me. This is really important turn. Okay. Because I could play this slow burn and go into my Rotom, but it puts me in a point that I would have to play a lot of 50-50s. So I think I click the Thunderbolt, because this is what I had it here for. So we click Thunderbolt and finish this off. Don't be Spreadsheet. Oh my god, it's Spreadsheet. He goes for Wish. Okay. So that could have been a very low roll, or it's Spreadsheet. I mean, now I can CC here. Right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, I guess I CC. Because he has to protect. How did I not kill it from there? Because it was like, is it like mixed defensive then? Yeah, I don't think now there's a world that I can kill this anymore. So now I would have to go into my Roto Wash. I can also just go into my Colossal. Just play a very slow game on this. Just like try to get as many spikes on as possible if this chooses to ever give it out. Yeah, because then I don't have to deal with too many 50-50s. And it cannot burn my Colossal because it doesn't have Scald on it. We know it's full moveset now. And I can get up a third layer spike, so that roll later will look better. Yeah, and he has to protect there to give me even more health. That's unfortunate, because if I would have gone for close combat there on the Thunderbolt, I could have killed it, but I didn't know fully its spread. So it's very hard to tell like which is doing more at the time. But now I get up a third layer spikes, as he's just Alarming Voices here. Which won't do, frankly, any types of damage. So this is gonna be a very slow burning game, and how many wishes he would have and Alarming Voices? Not too many. So he has to burn a lot of PP here to beat me. And I have leftovers as well. So if he chooses to play this long game, this Vaporeon won't have too many moves to click anymore. So I need to just be patient and just click Terra Blast. And I won't Rapid Spin, cause then I would technically be sending up and it would confuse me. Okay. So this might be a portion of the battle that, depending on how long this exchange goes, me being an editor in the future probably has to edit some of this down if this becomes like a very draggy battle and whatnot.
One eternity later.
He does flip then. Okay. Okay. Thank you for flip terminating, Lars. I appreciate the effort of trying to actually get a progress into the game, regardless what happens. I'm appreciative that we don't have to sit here for too long. It's Friday. Oh my god, that thing is gonna be like just below half health. I wonder if I do enough. I probably don't, yeah. Okay. So now versus this guy, we wanna always Rock Tomb. There's really nothing else to do about this. So we click Rock Tomb in front of this guy. Supercell Sam does a lot of damage. And we get a pay Rock Tomb. Nice. Now I can just go for Terra Blast, cause even if he clicks the Trailblaze, it would be outpaced by my Iron Valiant, and it's a guaranteed hit move. He does go for Earthquake, as we go for Terra Blast. The sooner that this thing is gone, the sooner... Now I think we still go for a Terra Blast. He does withdraw. Okay. So I guess he wanted to force that progress to me. I can always Rock Tomb this first to lower its speed again. But then again, actually, I don't want to lower its speed because I don't want to necessarily... Yeah, I'll just go for Terra Blast first. Hopefully I get a crit. Like, it's been a while that I had a chance to get a crit. Hopefully we just get this, because I would like this battle to end. Eventually. I would like to do other things on my Friday. Okay, I could just kill it. Was that a crit or did it... Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. And now I have to always Rock Tomb, because it might Trailblaze. Well, actually it might just die. I don't have to Rock Tomb. I just click the fucking button to kill this. Terra Blast always lands. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We finally are able to finish this battle, which was not the most thrilling for me, I'm gonna say. Like, even if he happens to pull off a Protect here, like, I don't know what he's gonna do. Okay. We might be able to clutch this out. He does go for the Ice Punch. And we don't get frozen. Fantastic. Thank you, Colossal, for putting it through. Damn. God, thank God we finished this battle. My God, this got very draggy at the end. I apologize for that, but like, I couldn't really risk the Iron Valiant swapping in there. The only time I could have made that battle faster is that if I went for the close combat over the Thunderbolt, but I don't know if I could have realistically, from the very minor information that I can get out of this, especially because I don't use the sweaty bar anymore like I used to for this kind of thing, to try to look at their exact amount that they are taking. It was very hard for me to tell, like, is Thunderbolt gonna be doing more or is close combat gonna be doing more, because if I go for close combat and it doesn't kill the Vaporeon, I'm lowering my speed def and then I definitely die to a Lumin Voice, whereas if I click Thunderbolt and it lives and clicks that move, there's still a chance that I live the hit, even after the Life Orb recall. But we don't have to worry about that now. The battle is finished, and I can say happily that we won this battle 3-0 versus El Ciso, who is one of the, obviously, one of the oldest coaches in the league when it comes to, like, how long he has played, including starting from GPA days. Like, I remember the time when I was like a fan, I started to get into Draft League. Lars was there already as a coach, so it's always a really cool opportunity to get to play him while he's still around to play. So thank you, Lars, for being very easy to schedule with this week, and make sure to check him out. He still has opportunity on last week if he wins to make playoffs, because he will be 3-4 right now. And I think 4-4 record can be good enough to make playoffs, because there's 10 coaches that can make it. But until final week, when I go up against founder of the PPL, somebody that I never got to play before, the Don Fanatic. I should be really saying the for it, because I know he really wants that to be, you know, emphasized. But anyways, until next week when I have to worry about that stuff, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys later.